Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're doing a behind the mask. I decided to try, during the summer for me, my skin gets like super dry. So I think I got it in a Nipsey bag. It's a Avene Soothing Hydrating Mask. So that's what I'm trying in case you're curious. So I wanted to talk a little bit about things I have that I'd like to do coming up. I've got a primer expose kind of thing that I'm going to do. I have a foundation video I'm going to do sharing with you my current favorites, and I'm also going to be doing some I've got a Trash or Treasure, that Physicians Formula, coming up in regards to that, and I want to try out some other new foundations. I want to give the and I'm looking at getting at least one or two next month, so that way I can give you my opinions for that. Here's the ones I'm going to try. Let me know if there are any you'd like to see me try, keeping in mind my skin is normal to combo oily. Like it's most of the year it's more normal. I don't have a lot of oils, but during the summer and early fall, late spring, that kind of area, I do get a little more oily. So but I'd like to give the Milani 2-in-1 a try. Maybelline Fit Me, I know I'm late on board that, but I want to see how it works. Matte and poreless. I would like to maybe try the CoverGirl BB cream, because I do love BB creams. I usually stick with Korean brands, but I'm kind of curious. Let's see. I don't remember off the top of my head any others, but if there are any you would like to see me give a shot, I tend to this whole channel is about beauty on a budget and what we can do to make our stuff last longer, but be just as good and as high-end stuff. So keep that in mind if you're suggesting different foundations to me. I usually don't spend more than, I think the most I've spent, my Korean BB cream runs about $15, and it has such good stuff for your skin in it. It is totally worth it. And that is my opinion on foundations. I don't like to use foundations that have a ton of bad stuff in them, because your skin is the largest organ on your body. You really need to take care of it, and it's what helps you look younger, longer. That's why I love doing masks. I'm also working on budget skincare routine. This is stuff that I really love, that's good for you, good for your skin, but won't break the bank. So those are some things I'm working on coming up. But I want to discuss something. We're going to take a little serious turn on behind the mask tonight, because lately I've had quite a few of my friends have to deal with this. I myself have had to deal with it. My husband has had to deal with it. And that is the loss of a parent. There's nothing like it, and the grief that goes with that. A lot of people right now are experiencing grief with losing people that go, the shooting at Pulse in Orlando. You've got the people who lost their little boy in Florida, and I don't have any children, so I cannot speak on the loss of a child, but the loss of a parent, I've had quite a few of my friends go through it recently. And I wanted to just talk about it a little bit, and the grief that goes along with that. People deal with grief differently. My husband and I both try and joke. That's usually the way we cope with loss. And for those that say, oh, time heals all wounds, it doesn't heal this wound. While it's not something that, every day. I lost my dad years ago now. 2005, 2006 was when I lost my dad. And every day I think about him. Every single day. My husband lost his mom. Every single day he thinks about her. You have to find a way to try and deal with your grief. It's really difficult when it's a parent too, because we go to our parents for advice. At least those of us that have a good relationship with our parents, we go to them for advice. We go to them to just try and figure out things, to talk things through and get their opinions. And when you don't have that, that's another level to have to deal with. And no offense to anyone, if you have never lost a parent, you won't understand. You will not understand how that affects you and how it feels until it happens to you. But what I have tried to do every day when I think about him is think about what I should be doing to make myself better, to make him proud of me, to make him just to honor the fact that that was my dad. And I am filming this on Father's Day, which is one of, I'm not gonna cry, which is one of the hardest days for me of the year. There are 2 days that grief creeps up on me every year in regards to my father, and that's his birthday and Father's Day. Occasionally Christmas, I get a little bit depressed because he's not here, and that was my dad's favorite holiday. I'm a lot like him in Christmas time. I love making gifts and giving gifts and seeing people's faces when they get them. That is just the best thing ever. I love giving gifts. But the one thing that I think we do as a society is we don't put grief out there and talk about it. We don't address it. It needs to be addressed. Otherwise, it can be so harmful to you. If you are hurting, you need to talk to somebody. You need to discuss how you're feeling. I'm lucky in that my family, my little brother and my mom and my husband, we're all very open with each other. We share, we talk, we discuss, even if we don't agree. And when we talk about difficult subjects, politics, religion, these kinds of things, we agree that there are points we're going to disagree, especially my husband and myself, because he was raised differently than I was raised. But grief is not something we should try and sweep under the rug and try and move quickly on. It's something that we should address. And with those other things that happened and it being Father's Day, I think it just brought that up in my mind that we need to make sure that these things are there, that we take the time to address it. And if it's really causing harm, because too much of it can cause harm. If you get so depressed, grief can lead to depression, and depression can lead to things you shouldn't do. And we have to address that. It can lead you, the grief leading to depression, it can lead you to drink too much alcohol, do drugs, and God forbid, decide you're not going to be on this earth anymore. But those can all be cut off if we would just open up and have a discussion. I think that's what I'm wanting to say the most, is that we need to take a look at grief and we need to address it, especially the loss of a parent. One of my friends, who will remain nameless, lost their parent, and they were recovering alcoholic. They quickly fell back because nobody was addressing their issue with them. When they finally addressed that issue, they were able to get sober again, and they realized they were drinking because they didn't know what else to do. They didn't feel like they could talk to anybody, and it took them months to get themselves back into a good place. I have another friend who lost their parent, and they will remain nameless as well. but they had a super supportive family, and they talked. And they had friends, and they came to me, and we talked. I think that the biggest key to the loss of a parent is communication, and we need to really keep those lines open with friends and family, and we need to realize that everybody has issues. Everybody's going to grieve differently too. They may take a while before they're ready to talk, and you know what? That's totally okay. That's okay, as long as they're okay. If they're starting to fall back in old habits or bad things, then it needs to be addressed maybe quicker than they're truly ready. But at that point, it's to help them and to save them from hurting themselves. So, the loss of a parent's unlike anything you can ever imagine. And it's something that you'll never truly get over. The loss of, I don't think that you ever truly get over the loss of anyone. It just, while time doesn't heal the loss of a parent, time makes it easier to deal with that grief that you have. It makes you where you have found more ways to function with it. It makes it where you realize every day they're not here on this earth with you. But that doesn't mean they can't be here in your thoughts and in what you do. It's difficult. It's hard. It's not easy. Grief is not easy. Grief is so hard, and it takes so many forms, and people deal with it. Some people don't deal with it. And I think what I'm saying also is just, I think you have to deal with it. When you have grief, you have to deal with it. You can't not deal with it. So, yeah. Loss of a parent, really tough. But know that you're not alone, too. Sometimes you feel really alone, especially if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse that hasn't lost a parent. They can empathize. They certainly can say, I'm so sorry, but they won't know how you feel till it happens to them. And it's, my husband, that was one of the first things he told me when his mom passed away, was I didn't realize how it really was. I couldn't have known how you felt till now. And that was really nice. It also helps make your relationship stronger because you have something in common, and you can lean on them and they can lean on you when it comes to just being a hard day. Like, my husband knows tomorrow's going to be a rough day for me, but we're just going to try and make it through. And yeah, so if you're out there and you've lost a parent, don't set your grief aside. Find someone you can talk to. If you want to, send me messages. I'm happy to talk to you. If you would like to, leave it in the comments. I'm sure you guys as my subscribers would be more than empathetic, if nothing else, and some of you may have also lost a parent and can understand. So, I just, with this going on in my life, I'm just trying to share a little bit. I wanted to share a little bit of this with you guys because of my friends that have gone through this recently. It's brought it back up in me, and it's Father's Day. And I wanted to have that chat with you and, let you guys get to know me a little better as far as some of the things I think. Whoop, that would mean it's time for the mask to come off. So yeah, if you are dealing with this, please contact somebody. You can even send me an email. It's onewildberry.yt@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to have those discussions with you. If you need someone to talk to and you want to make me that person, hey, I'm honored to try and help you. So yeah, if you haven't already clicked subscribe, please click subscribe. I'm excited. 42 subscribers. Thank you all very much. And I will see you guys in the next video. And don't worry, it's going to be much more uplifted than this one may have been. But I do hope that you at least found something useful or interesting in this video. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.